alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
What you up to?
Can I ask you why you're engaged in me?
Stop there a minute.
Why?
I'm just trying to identify who you are because you've got your face covered and you've... what's your name, please, sir?
I don't have to give you my name.
Okay, well, at this moment in time, we believe that you might well be wanted. Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge in a minute once we've confirmed it. So that's why we need to identify who you are. It's all right. We'll do it another way. Just bear with us a second.
You start with your first name, please, sir.
I don't believe I have to provide your name.
Okay. Well, I believe that you're wanted, right? Okay. Just by your description alone, right? So I believe that you're wanted off a briefing that I've received today, right? So we can do it one or two ways.
Wanted for what?
Well, wanted for an offence.
What offence?
Well, wanted for an offence of harassment, actually. So I need to check you out in order to see A, if it is you, or B, if it isn't you, right? And if it isn't you, I'll bid you good day and off you go.
From the very beginning, the officer's approach raises serious concerns. He claims the auditor matches the description of a wanted person based only on a general morning briefing, then immediately demands his personal details. However, he provides no clear description, no specific offense, and no factual explanation to support his suspicion. Instead of relying on evidence, he appears to rely on assumptions. When the auditor calmly refuses to give his name, the officer says, "If it's not you, I'll let you go." That statement reflects a flawed approach. In the UK, people are not required to identify themselves simply to satisfy an officer's suspicion. Police powers must be supported by clear and objective grounds, not vague briefings or instinct.
So if we start with your first name, or are we going to have to get a fingerprint scanner down here and find out who you are, or take you down to custody to try and identify you because you refuse to give me details?
I haven't committed an offence.
Okay, so if you haven't committed any offences, can I start with your first name, please, sir?
I don't need to give you my first name.
Okay, well, I believe you to be Christopher Green, and I'm detaining you currently.
I am not Christopher Green.
Right, okay, well, that's fine, but you're currently being detained up until the point that I can establish who you are. You're refusing to give me some details, so I need to establish who you are.
Please ask you to identify yourself.
Yeah, I'm PC 17768 Neil Williams.
And you, please.
Sergeant 15563.
Thank you.
Right,
which station?
Can we make it nice and easy for us and start giving just your first name, please?
Can I ask you which station you're from?
Yeah, I work at Withenshaw Police Station, work part of the X Department and part of the Transport Unit for Great Manchester Police.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to start with your name then, please. And if there's nothing wrong, then we'll send you on your way.
The officer then says, "I believe you are Christopher Green," even though the auditor calmly states that he is not. This shifts the focus away from identifying a wanted person and towards pressuring someone who is simply exercising their legal rights. The auditor has not behaved aggressively, acted suspiciously, or attempted to flee. He has only refused to provide his name without lawful grounds. The officer also publicly states the full name of the person he claims to be looking for. Personal information should be handled carefully, and publicly identifying someone without confirming their identity can create unnecessary risks. If the auditor is not the person being sought, this approach could unfairly affect both the auditor and the individual whose name was mentioned.
It's not Christopher Green.
Okay.
100 Alpha.
And what is your name, please? And have you got anything to identify yourself?
I don't believe I have to answer these questions.
Right. You don't believe that you have to, right, okay, well, I believe you to be wanted, right? So make it easy for us. Give us your details, identify yourself, show me some identification.
I don't believe I have to identify myself.
Well, you do.
We could arrest you, take you to custody and put you on a live scan machine. There's a necessity, if you're not giving your name and address, for us to verify who you are if we believe you to be wanted from the information we've got. So you can
I don't have to do that. You've not provided me with any grounds for an arrest.
Right, take your hands out your pocket so I can see them. I need to identify you. I'm trying to make it easy for you here, sir. So what I want,
I'm not in any threat to you.
No, not at all.
No, I'm not.
You had your hands in your pockets, and I don't know who you are.
Even after detaining the auditor in public, the officer still fails to explain the legal basis for his actions. He does not identify a specific offense or provide any clear evidence. Instead, he simply repeats that the auditor matches a description. When the auditor asks what offense he is suspected of committing, The officer avoids the question and focuses on the fact that the auditor has his hands in his pockets. Rather than answering the legal question, he changes the subject. He also admits, "I don't know who you are." That admission is significant because it suggests the detention is based on uncertainty about the person's identity rather than clear evidence of criminal activity.
Up until the point that you identify yourself, make it easy for us, and if it isn't you, and I can establish who you are, and I can clearly identify you, then I'll send you on your way. Right, okay. But by you being obstructive at the moment...
I'm not being obstructive.
Well, you are, because you're refusing to provide some details.
No, because I don't believe lawfully that I have to give you those details because I haven't committed any offence of harassment. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. Well, I believe you to be wanted, so okay. I want you to, I need you to identify yourself in order for me to make those inquiries. And once I make those inquiries and find out that you are either wanted or you're free to go, I will then send you on your way. Okay? Oh, no, excuse me. I'm speaking.
You've asked me whether I'm Christopher Green, and I've said I'm not Christopher Green.
Right, and all I'll say to you is, right, identify yourself, because
stop giving me orders.
I'm the police here.
Speak to me respectfully.
I have done. I've tried.
Speak to me respectfully.
What I'll say to you is, you're not going anywhere up until the point that I can clearly identify you. Okay.
Right, but please continue to speak to me respectfully. Okay.
So what's your name, please?
To speak to you always respectfully.
Your name, please.
Throughout the encounter, the auditor remains calm and simply explains that he has not committed a crime and is not required to provide identification without lawful grounds. Instead of responding professionally, the officer raises his voice and shouts, "No, I'm the police here." Raising his voice does not strengthen his legal position. Instead, it gives the impression that frustration is replacing professional judgment. Police officers should rely on the law and clear communication, not intimidation. When authority is supported by evidence and proper procedure, there is no need for aggressive behavior.
I'm giving you my name.
Right, have you got any ID on you?
I'm not. I don't have to do this.
The problem is, we suspect you of an offence.
Sorry mate, why do you believe that you don't have to do this?
Because I don't believe I've committed a criminal offence.
Right, okay. Well then make it easy for me, sir, right?
I don't have to make anything easy for you.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
No, I don't.
Why are you being so obstructive? If you're not committed any offence, we can check your details then.
I don't have to discuss anything with you.
Why are you trying to avoid it?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Because it's going to be a long process for you if we have to take you to custody and put you on one of them live scan machines to find out who you are.
Well,
so it sounds straightforward. If you just give us your details, we can check if you want or not. If you're not, absolutely fine, which is what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not Christopher Green, and I'm saying I'm not committed offence of harassment.
Who are you then?
I've just told you I don't believe that I have to give you that information.
The auditor is not refusing to cooperate without reason. He is calmly exercising his legal right not to provide personal details unless officers have lawful grounds to request them. Instead of explaining those grounds, the officer warns that refusing to cooperate will result in a lengthy and unpleasant custody process. That response appears designed to pressure the auditor into giving up his rights rather than explaining the legal basis for the request. Good policing depends on fairness, accountability, and clear communication, not threats or unnecessary pressure. When officers rely on intimidation instead of lawful authority, public confidence is inevitably damaged.
And if I do, then I can give it to your desk sergeant, or I can give it to a judge.
Please, so I can see exactly who you are.
No.
I'm going to let go of your arm now, yeah? Okay. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be putting your hands in your pockets. Right?
I won't do that.
Okay, because I need to be satisfied that you've not got something that can harm me or anyone else.
I promise you there's nothing in my pockets that could harm you.
It is, isn't it? Boss.
Do you want to go and have a look at that picture?
So guys, it looks like I'm going to be arrested here. Could just turn this off?
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of harassment.
According to the evidence, unlawfully arrested. I've now passed the case on to HNK, and they are currently considering all of the information before they either accept or reject the case, and I'll let you know what happens there, guys.
The arrest marks the final stage of a series of questionable decisions. After repeatedly failing to provide clear legal grounds and continuing to pressure the auditor for his personal details, the officer decides to make an arrest. According to the auditor, HNK solicitors later represented him, and he publicly confirmed that he successfully won his legal claim. This case serves as a reminder that police powers must always be exercised lawfully and proportionately. The incident began with the auditor peacefully filming outside the BBC building, an activity that is generally lawful in a public place. The officers quickly escalated the encounter based on a general briefing and an unconfirmed belief that the auditor matched the description of another person. Despite repeated requests, they did not clearly explain the legal grounds for their actions. As the encounter continued, the lead officer publicly named the person he believed the auditor to be, while the auditor consistently asked for a lawful explanation. Rather than resolving those concerns, the conversation became increasingly confrontational. The officers warned of a lengthy custody process if the auditor continued to refuse to identify himself, creating the impression that pressure was being used instead of clear legal reasoning. The encounter eventually ended with an arrest, but the matter did not stop there. The auditor later confirmed that he pursued legal action and successfully won his claim. The outcome highlights the importance of accountability and reinforces the principle that police powers must always be exercised within the limits of the law. This case also demonstrates how misunderstandings, assumptions, and poor communication can quickly escalate a routine interaction into an unnecessary legal dispute. Professional policing requires objective evidence, clear legal justification, and respect for the rights of the public. When those principles are not followed, both public confidence and police credibility are affected. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to support independent coverage. Also, be sure to check out Autistic Audit using the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.